What is an offset account? It's essentially a savings account, but rather than earning any interest, it earns zero interest. It sits against your home loan, and the bank's calculation, which is charged monthly but calculated daily, is taken of the loan balance less what's in offset. For example, if you have a loan of $400,000 and you have $20,000 sitting in your offset account, the bank acknowledges that you have an effective debt of $380,000. You have a loan of $400,000, $20,000 in the offset account. What you really owe is $380,000, and that's all the bank is charging you interest on. So let's say you have an interest rate of 2.9%. The bank is calculating the 2.9% and the interest charged every month only on the difference between the loan balance and the offset account. Now, a lot of people get bamboozled by this and think of there are big benefits in having an offset account, mainly because the minute you get paid from your bank account, it sits in your offset account, and eventually you squash down what your effective balance on the home loan, and your interest tomorrow will be slightly less than your interest today. One of the things I will say though is that it's not always worth it. You've got two kinds of loans you can apply for at a bank: a basic product which doesn't have an offset account or a credit card attached, or you go for a packaged product, you know, whether it's the NAB Choice package, the ANZ Break Free, the Commonwealth Wealth, the St George Advantage, or Premier Pack with Westpac. But you pay a fee of $395 for the privilege of having a credit card, which might waive a fee that would normally be $279, and having an offset account. That's not always the case. If you're borrowing only $300,000, if that's all your loan's going to be, to pay a $395 annual fee is a big chunk. It's like an extra 10 or 12 points on top of your interest rate. So one of the most important things I ask in our questionnaire is how much would the credit card affect your decision to go to a certain lender, and do you understand the workings of an offset account and how important is that to you? But the main question is if your investment property is likely to ever become an investment property in the future. If in 5 years you're going to say, I'm going to move out of this apartment and go and move into this bigger dwelling, but I'm going to keep that as an investment property, you must have an offset account from the beginning. This is a whole tax thing. Redraw is not the same as offset. I might make a video just completely about that. But if that's something that you tick in our questionnaire, that yes, it would likely become an investment in the near future, I will definitely be recommending an offset account, because that's the long-term tax benefit of an offset account. Short-term, it's handy because you don't have to have a silly savings account and keep transferring money into your home loan every time you have a sizable balance in it. So there's long-term benefits and short-term benefits of an offset account. When you have your home and an offset account and you go and buy an investment property somewhere, there's absolutely no need for your investment property to have its own offset account. Some people do like every property to have its own offset account purely for accounting reasons, just so all your expenses relating to that property can come out of that thing. But I just think that's unnecessary. You really want all your surplus funds in the offset account that is attached to your home loan, being the loan that you service with your after-tax dollars. That's the one you want to squash. Your investment loans you want nice and high. But coming back to first home buyers, just have a think about whether it's necessary. Do you use your credit card a lot? I pay 3 annual fees to have at 3 different banks for certain reasons, for home loans and investments. But I do like the Qantas points. You know, I spend a lot of money on my credit card. I do use the credit card properly. It lets you use the bank's money for 55 days interest free. That creates a little saving as well. But guys, if you want to understand what an offset account is, yeah, that's one thing, but it's really important to know when it's appropriate to pay $395 for the privilege of having one, or whether just a basic product might suit you just as well, particularly if the interest rate's exactly the same. Thanks for watching.